Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm glad you're here with me today. And if you are just tuning in, I'm going to give you a few minutes to tune in for those who want to join me live. Otherwise, you can watch this as a recording. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about our battle forces. So I haven't had a chance to do a video on the battle forces. I was going to do a recording on battle forces, but I wanted it to marinate a bit with me to see what I really think about the battle forces and the Shadow Collective included in that battle force altogether. As I haven't had a chance to field the Shadow Collective yet because I'm painting it, and I do like to have everything painted before I put it on the table. So I haven't had the hands-on playing with it, but I've seen it being played a couple times in my group, and some of the other guys had theirs somewhat painted, and they used what I have painted. I have half of it painted, and I'm reluctant to think I really like the Shadow Collective. As one of the viewers said to me in a chat, he said he feels like they're always going to run away, and I feel the same way somewhat. And I know you can mitigate it a bit, but it's a lot of suppression can be put on pretty hard. And in my group, as I've said a couple times, I have a lot of Empire players and a lot of Empires with a lot of suppression keywords. And so I said I can't give judgment until I actually get it on the field. And so the Shadow Collective, we can take a look at the Shadow Collective, and I know most of you guys have taking a look at the Shadow Collective already. And but let's take a quick look at what we got here for the Shadow Collective. And so the Shadow Collective rules are very simple. I'm not going to go over everything here. Talks about the ranks: mercenary, Black Sun, Pike Syndicate, Raiders, Rogue, Maul, Loyalist. Make up the Shadow Collective. They can have, each army must include 1 to 4 commanders or operative units. At least one of them must be a commander. So you have to have a commander, and they can have 4. So you could run a couple of those bounty hunters together, and you could have a list with that. Lots of options in there. Core, there's only 2 options yet, but there's lots of units with only 2 core options. GAR, for example. Special Forces, only 1 option there. They're Mandalorians, so that's a good thing. Mandalorians are always a good thing. And the heavies, once again, there's only 1 unit, and that's the A5, and it fits well with the Black Suns. Support, there is not even 1 yet. There will be 1 soon, the swoop bikes, and I'm really excited about swoop bikes, mainly because I can't wait to paint them. A lot of people have been giving them grief, but I think they're actually not bad from what I've seen. Special rules. The battle force must be composed entirely of mercenary units. These units do not count towards the, mercenary units. These units do count, not do not count, do count towards the minimum number of rank, and are included in the number of mercenary rank. Shadow Collective battle force is aligned with the dark side. And it goes through the scrimmage rules, which is you must include 1 to 2 commanders or operative corps. Each army must include 1 to 4 special forces. Each army may include 3 special forces. Support, each army may include up to 2 support, and they may include 1 heavy. Pretty simple. That's the Shadow Collective as a whole, but as the units, I tend to think that the Black Sun might be pretty strong. Up close, again, it's the suppression part of it. I'm liking the pikes just because, I don't know, I think, well, I'm a rebel player, so I want to put something in I can play rebels too. And I'm really drawn to this electro whip. I know that their sniper gun's good and stuff like that, but I just see the fact that that those electro whips are for 10 points. I just see a nasty bunch of them whipping a Jedi to a point where he can't move and just like, ha, you can't get us now. You know, that's just kind of what I see it with. And I think I'm going to like that Electro Whip. But let's not dwell too much on Shadow Collective. We've done more videos on Shadow Collective. Let's go over, and I'm just going to go in the order they come here. So we're going to go to Separatist Evasion Force. And to be honest, I'm kind of underwhelmed with the Invasion Force. I tell you right now, Dooku General Grievous T-Series Tactical Droid, pretty standard. Maul, I think Asajj Ventress would be better there, but that she's not out yet. IG 100 are there, Magna Guards. I guess Maul's there because of that first battle on Naboo, and that kind of fits. He's kind of the operative there. So I'm sorry, I'm wrong. And yeah, so B1 battle droids and support droid straps. AT Heavy Foundation, and you have to take one. Unique upgrades, the DT-57 Annihilator. Okay, so commanders. Each unit may include one commander unit. They can include one operative, so they're not interchangeable like some of the other ones. Special forces. Each army may include 1 to 2 special forces. Okay, and so it's interesting that they put special forces before, but oh well. The core, each unit must include 4 core and up to 8. So this is really a B1 push. You're going to have 8 B1s. It's a lot of guys on there. I don't have 8 B1s, and I'm not buying the battle box just for that. I think I have 5 units of B1, maybe 4. And I did buy 3 core sets, which would mean you'd have 6, but I think I sold 2. So I think 5 or I'm going to say I have 5. Supports. Each army may include 3 support units, and I believe it was just droidicas. Oh, that's stabs. I have 1 stab, so it would be 2 droidicas. I don't mind droidicas. I like them. And you must have the tank, which I have. And so in scrimmage, the units must include a commander, may include a operative. Special forces may include, must include 2 to 6, and support may include 2, and each army must include a tank in scrimmage. That's a nasty scrimmage setup. Must include. So, can you? Special field commanders cannot be used. So, so let's get to the cards. This is the meat of what's here, really, to be honest. AI coordination. We have our support or heavy one. Each friendly unit is issued an order using this card gains 1 standby token. So this is kind of the way of getting that standby token on your tank, like they do with the GAR. And the tank's pretty nasty as it is. With a standby, it's going to be brutally nasty. This here is 2 units, and it is called Unrelenting Assault. After a friendly unit performs a ranged attack, if it has spent 1 or more aim tokens, another friendly unit at range 1 to 2 gains an aim token. This is kind of like the Imperial one. So nothing too outstanding here yet. 3 units. Each friendly trooper unit that is issued an order using this card may perform a speed 1 move action. So this is kind of good because it gets your forces moving a bit and getting in range, and so you can actually, this is again kind of like the Rebel one that lets you do 2 with Leia, but it's, to be honest, it's underwhelming. I think having 8 core units there would be really cool to do a big army. Like it's gonna, like the big armies that you're gonna be able to do are kind of cool. Mass activation, I could be. I wonder if I can get to 14 regularly with this because of the tank. It'll be interesting. Probably for sure 13. And 8, 9, 10. That'd be pretty hard. You're still going to be limited. Yeah. But I'm underwhelmed. No big deal. That's what I'm thinking. And not a big deal. And so, to be honest, I'm very underwhelmed and think they could have done a little more with the separatist invasion force. And so I'm going to move on in order of this. And it's not order I like it or anything. This is just the order it comes. And the 501st. So Anakin, Captain Rex, Clone Captain Rex, the commander, Phase 2 troopers, ARC troopers, no strike teams. Now that's kind of a bad right there because you can have a strike team per ARC trooper. So it's kind of like making them attachments almost, which is cool. It's a better way of doing it. I like that. ATRT Bark Speeder, the LAT for the heavy, which is kind of cool. Allowed Echo and 5s, so you can add them, which is nice. They are part of the 501st, so why not? Commander operative. Each army must include 1 to 2 commanders or operatives, so you can have commander and operative. And there's no operatives yet. So that's telling you there must be some new operatives coming out. And I would say that you're probably going to see Ahsoka. That would be my opinion on that. That's what this is kind of hinting to me, is Ahsoka being the operative for this 501st, which makes a lot of sense. And so because there's no operatives listed yet, you know that you are going to see an operative for this. And so therefore, because it says an operative here, I'm thinking you have a good chance that Ahsoka is going to be coming sooner than later. And so cores, you must include 1, which is the lowest amount you can include for core. And the only core you can take is phase 2s. So you include 1 phase 2. You must include 1 to 4 special forces. You're probably going to run 3 normal, 1 strike team. So bringing you up to 4, 5, 6. The supports and heavies, you're going to run. Your army must include 1, so you're going to have that's 7, and then you're going to have your heavy lat. I could see you having a little more ATRTs. Include 1 or 2. I think you could see yourself having 2 bark speeders, ATRTs, just to give some support fire and get those surge. That's why I see those being important. Special rules, we already went over that. Lead from the front. I think this is an interesting card because when building a command hand, that this card counts as a 2-pip after friendly issues an order by this card. Choose 3 other friendly units with range 1 and of the commander, and each chosen unit gains an aim. So this gets you lots of tokens out. This is great leading from the front. That's a good thing. I think this is going to be really good with Rex because he's kind of wanting to be by the troopers and up front. And I think this is a decent card you can do after scouting a unit up and having them all there with aims, getting them ready to go. I think because the way it works, I would like dodges just because the aims you're going to use, but you don't use until you fire, and I would like the extra defense. But that's just me. Again, I'm a rebel player, so I think about defense. Technical planning. So after a friendly, here's the problem with this. They're both 2 pips technically when building. So if you're going to take both of them, you're going to lose out on a lot of good 2 pips from either Anakin or Rex. After a friendly heavy support or special forces performs an attack against a unit that has a face-up order token, shuffle that token back into the order pool. This is kind of similar to the one the Imperials have. Very similar to, so they're using the same tactics as the Imperials, basically. And then leaders of the 501st. This is a good card. I think there might be a mistake on this unless we're getting a new Rex, because it says Clone Captain Rex gains Indomitable. And if you realize, oh, they changed it. Because it used to say Clone Commander Rex. So they've fixed this. Ooh. Look at that. Permanent friendly unit at range 1 to 2. The friendly Anakin Skywalker and or friendly clone Captain Rex gain Indomitable. Now, it's good that they actually fixed that, because it made me thinking about things that I didn't need to think about, obviously, because it's fixed. And so here we are. We've got this. And again, I feel that this is underwhelming. I don't like, to be honest, let's talk about well, I'll get to the end on all the battle forces. Now, Echo Base Defenders, again, you can read most of this information. The important thing is Leia, Organa, Luke, which is Commander Luke, Han Solo, the Rebel officers, Chewbacca, RTD2, Rebel veterans, and Mark II only. Now I use the Legion HQ to build things. You can't actually build this in Legion HQ yet, because they still don't have the Mark IIs popping up. They don't have Chewbacca popping up. So there's a few things. So you have to switch to the normal, then switch to it back and forth. It's a bit of a pain, but that's just, they're working on it, I guarantee you. They're really good at doing that at Legion HQ. T-47, FD Laser Team, and Tauntaun Riders. Allow Wedge Utilities. Commanders, you can have 4. It'd be nice if you could add 5, so you could add all of them, but you can have 4. You must include 3 to 6 cores. Supports, you must include 1. You're going to do it anyway, so supports in this list are amazing. And heavy, each army may include a heavy. Now, if you go down here, these are actually probably the best cards, other than the one. The one's okay, like delaying tactics. At the end of the command phase, your opponents must choose one of their leaders, and that V-Sup order token must be put back in the pool. And so this one's good because of Luke. Each friendly trooper unit is issued an order, and it can use recovery. So Luke can recover to get his force abilities back. Also, you can recover the barrage generators. So those are things you want to recover. Or if you are using HQ uplink, you can recover that as well. So those are some things to think about. But here is the cream of the crop, probably the best card out of all the cards put out. Each friendly core unit gains 1 aim token. So it doesn't say buy this card. So that's each friendly. You have 6 friendlies. They're all gaming aim. Each friendly aim placement trooper unit gains just 1 standby. So in the list I made recently, I had 3 Mark IIs and 3 veteran troopers. So they're all getting an aim. That's 6. And then I had 4. Is it 4? No, I had 3. I couldn't get 4. I had 3 laser cannons. And the reason I couldn't get 4 is because I wanted lots of heroes. So I had 3 laser cannons. So in that turn I played that, I had 6 standbys, all at range 3, and a bunch of aims. So I can use the standby, boom, Mark II. Then later, when I use the Rebel Trooper or any other trooper, I can use that Mark II again to hit the unit with cover fire, fire support. And so, like, man, that is massive. If I'm using the Rebel veterans, that's critical 4. That's pretty good. Yep, I'll take that. I'll take that all day. And I think this is what makes it this list can be pretty broken. Like I'm taking out Luke cards because of this card, because I think this card is that good. And so now people are going to figure out and try to stay away from your standbys, but it's pretty nasty. There's a lot of standbys, so you're bound to trigger one or two of them. And so, yeah, I kind of like that card. Okay, more than kind of like it. I love the card. Yeah, I love the card. And so it's in every single one of my things. I think, to be honest, that might be a little broken, but again, I'm a Rebel player. I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly altered or changed. Even the word saying each core given orders by this, gets the aim rather than all your core. Blizzard Force. Okay, Vader, General Veers, Imperial Officer, Darth Vader Operative, Stormtroopers, Snowtroopers, 2 Stormtroopers. Now, I don't know if it's has to be the Stormtroopers. I know when Legion Outpost, they only put in this, Legion HQ, they only put the new Stormtroopers in. I wonder if it has to be. I didn't see. It doesn't say it has to be. I know that those Stormtroopers are only available in the Blizzard, but it doesn't say they have to be the ones in the thing. So I'm not sure. I want to look more into that. Speeder bikes, which kind of don't fit thematically, but they work in the list. E-webs, yep, thematically, ATST. And so you can have 2 heavies, you can have 4 support, you can have 6 core. Now 4 of them have to be Snowtroopers, which is okay because I love Snowtroopers. And here's the cards. This is the only one that gets new units, which is kind of cool. It gives you more Stormtrooper use, 30 points. You only get 3 Stormtroopers, and you can only take heavies with it. But 2 heavies are pretty cool. There's lots of good options for heavies, and it can really benefit you on how you use them. And I think I would take it this way, but I do like my normal Stormtroopers too with all the options. So if you could do 1-on-1, I'd do 1-on-1. Like if you have the option to use the other Stormtroopers, it makes sense. You would be able to. It's just the Legion HQ has not put that in, and that doesn't mean that they're right. And but if it is, you can use both. They'll probably fix it. This is great because it's a 1-pip that offers 2 units. So 2 units. Enemy units cannot remove more than 1 suppressive during their rally step. And if you've been hitting them with lots of suppressive weapons, great. Now, this 2-pip is actually really great because if you're using Veers in this, you've kind of got 2 far-hitting pip cards that you can use. And this is better than Veers, even though it's black dice instead of red, because once per round, at the end of the activation, the friendly unit may perform an attack on the following. So it's surge to hit, 4 black, not 4 reds, but it's got blast, which is cool. You don't have any cover, but it also has beam 1. So that lets you do it really to 2 different units. So it's really more like 8 black dice. And so that's really cool. It's a nice barrage of basically, I just see it as your AT-ATs bombing it in. And so they haven't put AT-ATs in, so this is what we get instead. And then Dark Disembark for ground assault. Pretty good. Each trooper unit is issued an order using this card, get spur. So this is really good for those snow troopers. You can spur them, pop them all up. You still get to shoot because that's the way they work. And the weapons of each of these gain suppressive. Again, use that, then hit them with this, and your units probably will be running. And that's just kind of the way it is. So let me take a general look back at this all and take a kind of a thought as we kind of think about this all. And so I think that overall, this is probably good for the game, mainly because it's a great entry point for new people. And so it lets you buy an army quickly. $150, you get a very good army. In most of the packs, they're very useful. And in the case of the Rebels, and even the Rebels and Gar, they're really, if you buy the starter bundle too, like the starter pack, the initial game core set, that's the word I'm looking for, the core set, they're a great add-on. They make your army even better. Now, in the case of the separatists, you do get more droids, but you're getting a repeat on the leader. You're getting a repeat on droidicas, but one core set, and that's still very usable. And you're getting a tank, and the value is really good because you're looking at, in Canadian dollars, this is the only thing I know of. It's $154 in Canadian to buy this new set, and to buy all that before, it works out to be about $320. The average was $250 to $300. The Rebels was the best deal, purely by dollars, but also because of what you get. It is something that you're not going to have any repeats on, which is really good. The Emperor, you do get repeats from the core set with both the speeder bikes. You get 2 of them, and Vader. Having an extra Vader is not too bad, but you're going to need those stormtroopers in order to field those 2 stormtroopers units into your army. And having all the snowtroopers is great, and having ATST is also good. Dollar value is a great deal, but you do get some overlap and repeat. So you're going to have Vader. You can paint him a couple different ways. Maybe you can paint him like normal and then paint him funky camo Vader or whatever you want, or just give them away. That's what I did with all my extra Vaders. I painted them and gave them away. And so as far as that, it's a great entry point. These are great entry points. Now, as far as the game playability and the playing the game, they're good. They give us interesting list builds. They make you excited. I'm more excited about the kind of the scenario of the playing on Hoth and this kind of these lists that actually combat against each other. And so the way it's going to look on the board, I'm excited for. But very underwhelmed with the droids. Very underwhelmed, especially with Gar. I can see how it's going to be great, especially if Ahsoka comes. That'd be exciting. But very underwhelmed. And I like the fact that the Emperor gets a new way of using the Stormtroopers only in the Blizzard Force, but it's nice. I would like to have seen that done with some of the other units and cards and stuff, and say, kind of like, hey, you can do this because of this. And, I think that could have been something they added to some of the other ones. And that I did like. I believe that the Blizzard Force, the cards are good. They're usable. I would use them. I built Blizzard Force list. I am going to have some Blizzard Force stuff. I almost want to buy it just because more. I don't need it though. I have so much of the other stuff, and I do have snows already. But the reality is the Blizzard Force is really cool. But the cream of the cream, the best of the best, is the Echo base. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Rebel guy, because I do like Rebels, but your value, it's over $340 worth of value. It's getting lots of stuff that's not in the box. The only there is no repeat from the box actually. And if you, like even for me, if I got it, every single thing there I could use except for the Rebel veterans, because I already have enough of those. And you can only use 3, maybe 2 of them I'd keep. But then I could paint them all like snow people, something I haven't done. I got a phone call, and that's what blocked that. So I think it's worth it, and I think that the reality is it's something I would recommend for people. And the only thing is the Echo base might be a little broken with its cards, and they might see errata to that and fix. So I'm going to let you go. I got some things to do, and I hope to get a couple videos out to you before I go on vacation for 2 weeks, so I'll be gone. And maybe I'll get a couple videos from Disney World. I'm actually going to Disney World to Empire's Edge, and so maybe I'll get a couple videos of us there and put them up as well. And so look forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks, and have fun, and may the force be with you.